Hi everyone. This is for my students of architecture. Others may scroll down or maybe you can hit a like. Yeah? Alright. So I had been practicing as an architect for the past 2 decades across India and abroad. Let me tell you about my experience on today's affordable smart housing, leading to a sustainable future for tomorrow. Yeah. In India, it is estimated that approx 32% of the population had been living under the poverty line, and therefore there is a huge demand for affordable housing. The deficit in urban housing is estimated at 18 million units, most of which are amongst the ecologically weaker sections of the society. Some developers are already developing low-cost affordable housing for this population, while others are also on the line. Yeah. The government of India had taken up various initiatives for developing properties in low-cost affordable segment. Today the markets might be down, but what we have observed, economic growth leads to rise in income, but it also leads to even faster rise in poverty. Prices leaving it unaffordable for majority of the population. Affordable housing would have a positive impact on the society by improving the basic quality of life. Yeah. The concept of affordable housing seems to be a simple solution to current housing woes. But to make affordable housing work, it would require the will at various levels from all the stakeholders. But we are talking a lot about affordable housing, but what exactly it is? Students of architecture might take a note of it. Affordable housing is a housing which is deemed affordable to those with a median household income or below, as rated by the national government or a local government by a recognized housing affordability index. In other words, affordable housing refers to housing units that are affordable by that section of the society whose income is below the median household income level. Right? Now, though different countries have different definitions of affordable housing, but it is largely the same across the globe. That is, affordable housing should address the housing needs of the lower and middle income households. Affordable housing becomes a key issue, especially in developing nations, where a majority of the population isn't able to buy houses at the market price. Disposable income of the people remains the primary factor in determining the affordability. As a result, it becomes the increased responsibility of the government to cater to the rising needs and demands of the affordable housing. The government of India has taken various measures to meet the increasing demands of affordable housing, along with some developers, and stressed on public-private partnerships like PPP models for developing of these units. I had been worked in many projects like this. Hope you too will be. So basically, the section of the society, there are three categories in which the target group of the affordable housing category. The EWS, LIG, and the MIG category. How do you define these? For EWS, rupees 1.5 lakh a year, if that is the income level, they are called the EWS. And their approximate size of dwelling units is around 300 square feet. Right? For the LIGs, it is between 1.5 to 3 lakhs per year. And the dwelling unit size would be 300 to 600 square feet. Right? For the middle income group, rupees 3 lakhs to rupees 10 lakhs per year. And the size of their dwelling units would be 600 to 1200 square feet. So that is how these three categories are defined, and affordable housing is targeted towards them. Right? And the affordability of their EMIs, the EMI to monthly income is 30 to 40%. Right? Housing prices to annual income is less than 5:1. As defined by the Ministry of Urban Poverty Alleviation, as per the sizes and the EMI or rent, if you draw up a mental graph, you would be seeing the EWS, LIG and the MIG on one side with their respective sizes on one side. I'll be telling this one by one. You probably could write it down. I mean, EWS would be around 300 square feet super built up area with a minimum of 300 square feet of super built up area with a minimum of 269 square feet of carpet area. Right, and the LIGs would be like a minimum of 500 square feet of super built up area with a maximum of 517 square feet of carpet area, while the MIGs would be 600 to 1200 square feet of super built up area with a maximum of 861 square feet of a carpet area, right? And the EMI or rent would not be exceeding 30 to 40% of a buyer's gross monthly household income, right? And what is EWS as you know it? EWS, economically weaker section. LIG, lower income group. MIG is the middle income group. Of course, the HIG is the higher income, which is not of a concern in this particular category of affordable housing target. Right? You know that the very fact there's a lack of affordable housing, it possesses a burden on the local economics. Because of this, the consumers are faced with mortgage arrears and excessive debt and therefore cut back on the consumption, right? And the economy suffers. A combination of high housing cost and high debt levels contribute to the reduction in savings. These factors can lead to decreased investment in sectors that are essential in the long-term growth of the economy. Yeah. So basically what the objectives could be? Affordable housing is an option, or you can also call it a provision, which is deemed affordable to those with a median household income as rated by the national government or a local government by recognized housing affordability index. Most of the literature on affordable housing refers to mortgages and number of forms that exist, along a continuum from emergency shelters to transitional housing to non-market rental, also known as social or subsidized housing, to formal and informal rentals, indigenous housing, and ending with affordable home ownership. Yeah. So along the lines of everything else, you should remember that affordable housing is a provision or an option which is deemed affordable to those with a median household income. Right. Now, when you are researching on these particular topics as a student of housing or an urban design or architecture, the primary point, basically you need to identify those 2 points. Number one, the primary point, that is, there's a subheading number 1 that you can call it, the network of research methodology will encompass a review of case studies for sustainable and eco-friendly progress in the field of energy, transportation, urban development, environment, livelihood, etc. in the field of specific affordable housing. The point number 2, or the next subheading that you can call, this is specific to your design research work that you will be conducting, the case studies that you are doing. Yeah. Many of these case studies that you have done may be ecosystem specific, which will also be a vital part of your methodology that you will do. Proper utilization of resources and waste generation will be given thrust in the research program that you will be doing, so that over exploitation can be reduced, and efficiency can be maximized in case of sustainability in an affordable housing system that you will. Right? So if you ask me, what is the big deal and what are the possible benefits of it? Yeah, let me tell you. We do have all the resources and the research technology. Now we need the right will to create a sustainable affordable housing environment, aiming towards providing dwelling units that are economically designed and built, that have the minimum energy bills, the long-term decreasing cost. One is your capital expenditure, that is the capex, and another is opex, the operational expenditure. So the opex of your housing unit should be less, right? And that is what will make it more affordable. So the free from any toxic building materials, that it is interwoven with greenery, and then it becomes a truly sustainable for our future generations to come, right? Let me tell you about something. The projects which I had designed myself since these 2 decades across various places in India and abroad, most of it, the client wanted it to be sustainable. And that was the demand of the market. And that is what is going to bake your cookies in the next few decades to come. Sustainability is what is important to architecture as of today and for the future tomorrow. Let me know your views. Let's start discussing about your experience on your today's smart cities or today's affordable housing or the housing of tomorrow that is there. What is your experience? Write in the comment below. Is your design, ask yourself, is your design leading to a sustainable future for the generations to come? I would love to see the comments in the comment box below. I'll get back to you.